Welcome back. All right, so there's a lot going on. So yeah, we're coming into training camp, so there's a lot of new stuff coming in. So gets thrown on the board, and let us go ahead and discuss it. First off, the LA Kings. Anybody who's wondering, I got this hat from Hatland. This might be my new favorite hat. I'm not doing a hat countdown in case anybody's concerned. Cal Petersen signs a 3-year deal with the Kings that kicks in next year. Cap hits $5 million a year. I like Cal Petersen. I'm glad to see the Kings have given him a vote of confidence, and I hope he goes out there and plays really, really well for them, because he was entering the last year. He was going to be an unrestricted free agent next summer, and I thought, maybe the Kings are going to wait it out and see. No. And we've seen some players saying they don't want to talk contract. Johnny Gaudreau in Calgary saying, all right, well, I'm in camp, so contract talks set aside now. I got to get ready for the season. So that's the danger, is for the general managers who don't get guys signed to extensions, Alexander Barkov in Florida, before we get to training camp and before we get into the season. The player has one of two things. Either may say, I'm busy with my day-to-day and playing games and everything, so I'm not worried about that right now. Or they think, let's just play out this season and see where things stand. And when they do that, very often they can end up testing the free agent market. Yes, they may end up staying with the team ultimately, but it may cost you a lot more money and a lot more term. So Petersen is wrapped up. The Kings don't have a goaltending issue next year either. I do like Cal Petersen. I hope he proves that my faith in him is well-founded. Aaron Ness had a tryout with Seattle. Now he doesn't. Now he has a tryout in Boston. Because sure, why not? Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but he's in Boston's camp rather than Seattle's. So yeah, this is how the tryouts work. You don't actually have a contract, so you just kind of, I'm gonna go over there. All right, well, we're down under contract with us. Go ahead. Also, Jean-Francois Berube has signed a tryout with Columbus. So this is for depth in goal. Good pickup. And likely AHL pickup, right? Sean Monahan states he's healthy going into camp. He had a season-ending surgery on his hip in May, and so him being healthy going into camp is good news. And here's to hoping for a big bounce-back season for him and for the Flames. The Flames had a really down year. Also in Alberta, Alex Stalock is in the news, being reported by Ken Holland. He may miss the entire 2021-2022 season due to a heart condition that he's had since about with COVID-19. So he's out for the season, and of course all the protocols, and of course Tyler Bertuzzi of the Wings making headlines today because he's not vaccinated and doesn't want to be. So he'll play for Detroit. He'll play for them in the games in the States, but crossing the border into Canada, if you're unvaccinated, you have to quarantine 14 days. And so they likely won't bring him on any road trips into Canada, because they don't have a road trip into Canada that lasts more than 2 weeks. So it doesn't make any sense to have him make those road trips. And it costs him 9 games. My understanding from what was worked out with the NHLPA, and the union's on board with this, the NHL can't just willy-nilly this around, is that he won't be paid for those games either. So it does eat into his salary. That's your games, and that's the days as well in between games while the team's in Canada and he's not there. He's not getting paid for that. So there's going to be players, and I haven't been covering which arenas are insisting on either proof of vaccination or a negative test. That's a whole issue we're going to see play itself out during the season. But it's pretty common. I know here we have the passport set up, and I'm a season ticket holder for Abbotsford, so I wouldn't have set that up if I didn't already have that on my phone and everything. So yeah, hopefully Alex Stalock is okay and he's good to come back. It sounds like what Marco Rossi went through last year, and it did take almost a full calendar year for Marco Rossi to be ready to come back and play. Speaking of ready to come back and play, John Tavares for the Toronto Maple Leafs is good heading into camp. And after how that hit looked against Montreal, I'm glad he's good. It's one of those cases where hockey just happens really fast, and he got taken out. And so I'm glad he's good to go. Austin Matthews not expected the first couple of days in camp, but he is expected to participate in camp and be able to probably get into maybe one of the maybe a couple of the preseason games. Keep in mind, preseason games for the guys that have been nursing injuries or are coming back from an injury. Teams may hold them out a little bit in the preseason, make sure they're 100% before the regular season, because preseason games are more about seeing where players are at that are maybe on the cusp of being on the roster or not, seeing where your prospects are at, that kind of thing. And of course, Matthews, there's no concern of him getting cut, so there you go. Also being announced is that the Memorial Cup in 2022, returning, is due to be in St. John. So St. John, New Brunswick will host the Memorial Cup in 2022. Fingers crossed that goes off without a hitch. And yeah, so there you go. Another quick little news video for your Wednesday. And yeah, so hopefully we're done with the injury news for now. It's not gonna be done, because on Saturday we get into the preseason games, and not only that, but between now and then at training camp, guys get hit with pucks. There's collisions, there's things that happen, there's scrimmage stuff that takes place, and guys get hurt. I'll be here to report on it when it happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.